been entirely too long. So, the last time I recorded a video was maybe in, I don't know, sometime over the summer. It is now the beginning of November. So, it's actually the middle of November. A lot has happened since then. And I kept thinking I would wait to post until I had something to say, and then things just kind of got in the way. And then I was changing my logo, and then I got a new camera, and then I thought, well, I'll just wait, and then I just kind of got sidetracked, and then I was applying for this job that I didn't get, and now it's kind of time. So I'm back. I've got a new camera. I've got tons of videos already filmed that I will be sprinkling in throughout, and then I've got my daily or semi-regular weekly updates. So that's what this is. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. I would love it if you would subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. You know the drill, just like every other YouTube channel. Today, I have two children home with me. One is out on COVID watch. In the county where we live, if you have been exposed to COVID with someone in your class has been confirmed positive, then you're not allowed to attend school for a certain number of days without a test. So I have one child who is home on COVID watch, and then my preschooler is also home. So they're in the other room. Hopefully they'll leave us alone. And my other two are at school. To catch you up, so I have been kind of crazy busy over the last few months. Like I said, I was trying to get my logo all situated. I got all that done, and then I decided I needed a job. So I applied for a job with an airline company that a friend of mine works for, and was really excited about it. It was very stressful because the way that the job, being a flight attendant, the way that it works is that you go for the interview, and then once you're hired, whenever that might be, there's several steps in the process, but once you're hired, you have 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks notice, and then you have to be gone for a month or more for training, away from your family consecutively. And so with my family, the way that it is, I was applying for the flight attendant position, and at the same time trying to locate childcare, because if I was going to be training and away from my family for several months or for several weeks, that would be important. But the affordable option I found was an au pair, and an au pair coming from another country with COVID, some of the borders are closed, some of the borders are open, but it just takes some time. And so I was really wrestling with, do I move forward with the au pair and have her here and then wait to hear? Or is it better if I wait to hear and then have her finalized? But the problem is having an au pair come from another country takes 4 to 8 to 12 weeks, and only having maybe 4 or 5 weeks notice with the airline, that was not going to work. Also, possibly training over Christmas. I didn't want to. It's perfectly possible that my friends and family could have banded together and made it work and figured out some kind of schedule that my kids would have gotten to where they needed to be at the right time. But I just felt like with that being over the month of December, I felt like that's just too much to ask. So I went ahead and secured an au pair, which was kind of a stressful process. I was looking at 3 different companies. The one was very small, that a friend of mine had recommended. One of them was very large and highly recommended and really just have all their stuff together. And the third was just one of the other top. But the problem that I had with 2 of the 3 was that I couldn't choose somebody that was my religion. I'm a Latter-day Saint. And so I really wanted an au pair that was LDS. And so I found one of the companies, and they had a filter option that was LDS, which was really exciting. So I went with them, looked around, found one, agreed, we matched. She was a great fit. She was excited to be with an LDS family. We were excited for her to be. All right, So she had picked us, we were matched, she was happy with us, we were happy with her, and then came the timeline. So the way that it works in her country is you apply for the visa at the embassy, and then once they grant you your visa, then you can make your travel arrangements. But the starting process is you have to get an appointment. And so she had told us, one of the reasons that we chose her was that she had a friend who did it, same country, start to finish, inside of a week. I think she was to our state inside of 3 weeks. And so that was great. We wanted it to go super fast, so we picked her. And then she scheduled her appointment for January 10th, which is not that soon. So I was half of the time, trying to relax and think it'll all work out, it'll be fine, everything will line up, the timing will work the way that it's supposed to. And half the time thinking, this is not going to work, this is not going to be okay. And of course we could probably have all of our family band together and figure out the childcare for that month. But over December, which is when it was likely going to be, it did not seem like that was going to be a good thing to ask my friends and family to do. So I just really needed her to get here quickly. And so there's also these Facebook pages where other people are trying for the same job, and they're giving their timelines. I had my first interview this day, then this many days later I had my second interview, then this many days later I had my physical, this many days later my fingerprints and my background, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm looking at those, and it looks like maybe 2 or 3 weeks notice is all they're giving before you have to go to training. And my au pair isn't scheduled to even do her visa appointment until January 10th. So I was kind of stressed. I asked her if she could make it any faster, and she said that you can, if there's any cancellations, you can go ahead and scoot it up. So I told her to please do that. And so we're out at dinner on, just this last Friday. We're out at dinner, and I'm checking my email feverishly, and she sends me a message and says, I'm so excited, I have an appointment on December 1st. And I write back to her, excellent, I'm so excited, thank you so much, so glad that it happened so fast, that you were able to get it done. And then I check my email and get the notice that I did not get the job. So, literally went from, yay, everything's gonna be great, to, uh-oh, what do I do now? So I had already looked for kind of a backup plan, because obviously if I'm going to be hosting an au pair, I better have a job that's gonna be able to pay for it. So I had already looked into a job that I think will work in sort of the real estate field, which I had done in the past. And I was excited about that, having that as a backup. And so I just, I guess that's not going to be backup. So I was disappointed to not get the job flying. I was very excited to start something new, to have a new challenge. I was not excited to be away from the family for a month. I was also not excited to be potentially commuting, which means that my day-to-day job, wherever it is that I'm, whatever schedule it is that I'm working, is based out of another city. So I would have to get into an airplane in my city, fly to that city before my shift even starts, and then work wherever I'm supposed to work, and then fly back home. So it definitely would be an additional variable. It would have complicated things a little bit for a little while. But I was willing to accept that, and was hopeful. I was really looking forward to the health benefits and the flying wherever you want, whenever you want, for free. My family of 6 could definitely use that, but it wasn't meant to be. So my husband was very supportive and empathetic, and so I've been milking it a little bit the last couple of days. But so I just got off the phone. Yesterday I had a 90-minute conversation with the new company that I'll be working with, dealing with real estate stuff, and I'm looking really forward to that. And talked to the au pair, and she thinks that she'll be here before Christmas, so that'll be fun. So that's kind of the update on my front. So we also, since I've talked to you last, we had been homeschooling, and I decided to put my kids in public school, and they've been loving it. I sort of have mixed feelings about the situation, but we can talk about that in another video. So that's where I am. That's the update. My husband and I have been really focusing on our marriage. I have been talking to a therapist, and that's been helping, and he and I are just doing great. Never been stronger. So apparently I need to figure this camera out because it has now cut me off twice. I changed the mode after the first recording and it didn't change anything, so apparently it's set to stop recording after 5 minutes, and I'm not paying attention to the light, and so I don't know when it quits. So, my husband and I have been focusing on our marriage. We have never been happier. It's it's challenging. We are trying really hard to communicate in the very best way that we can, and even with both of us being on the exact same page and trying to communicate the very best that we can, we still miscommunicate. It's so, I don't know, surprising. I figured that we used to miscommunicate because neither of us really tried. But now, even when we are trying so hard, we still manage to do it. But that's okay. So we have been working on our marriage, and I have discovered that it's really hard sometimes to ask for what you want. After so many years of raising kids and being in that world, it's a total shift to be, to feel empowered and to be making my own choices and to be asking for what I want. And there are things sometimes that I want and I'm just afraid to ask for them. And he doesn't understand why, and I don't understand why. It must have to do with past relationships or some sort of irrational fear. I don't know, because he's never responded poorly and he's never given me a hard time for asking what I want. So I don't know why I'm afraid to ask for it. But what happens to me is if I'm not brutally honest at all times and I don't keep everything off my chest and like out in the world, I start to kind of feel stifled, and then that just gets worse. And then the more stifled I feel, the more I withdraw, and the more withdrawn I am, the less affectionate I am with him, which then makes him kind of spiral. And so it all starts with me keeping the lines of communication open and being as honest as possible all the time. If I need something, I need to say it. If I'm mad about something, I need to say it. If I want him to do something that he's not doing, I need to tell him. And so we've been trying very hard to just keep that line of communication open, wide open at all times. And it's been really helpful. So that's what's up with me. You will see more videos more often now that I am got some time and I'm back in rhythm, and I'm going to figure out this camera, and it's going to work, and it's going to be great. If you have any questions for me, please put them in the comments. I'm an open book. I'm happy to answer anything and everything. If there are videos that you think I should make, let me know. And if this video was, helped to keep you entertained at all today, definitely give it a thumbs up and check back and see more videos soon. So hope you all are having a great day, and thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye. Wrong button.